What's up, guys? My name is Joe, and we are back with another episode of British Guy Reacts. And today we're going to be learning all about baseball. So this is by a channel called The School of Sports, and it's called Baseball Rules for Beginners, which is perfect for me because I know nothing about baseball, and that's what we're going to learn out today. If you are new around here, do subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, comment down below. Go and check out my gaming channel as well, guys. I've just created a gaming channel. There's going to be videos coming this week, and when the new MLB The Show games come out, we are going to be playing that on the channel. So go and subscribe, British Guy Games. Go and check it out. Let's jump straight into this video. Let's go.
Hello friends, welcome
Hello,
to the
friend.
School of Sports. In this video, I'm going to tell you the rules of baseball. Baseball is played with a bat, ball and a glove. Now the bat is circular in shape, so it's hard to hit the ball where you really want to hit it. Baseball is played in massive stadiums and you would see 4 blocks on the baseball field. They are called base. And because it's played with a ball, the game is called baseball. Baseball is played between 2 teams. One team would be batting at a time and the other team would be fielding at a time. And after an inning, they would switch their roles. So the batting team would field and the fielding team would bat. Baseball is played in a 90-degree area, so only this area would be used for playing. If the ball goes into any other area, it's not really useful. Now the basic purpose of baseball is pitcher throws the ball, batsman hits the ball in the playing area, and then batsman goes to first base.
Okay, so I know I said I didn't know anything about baseball, but I definitely knew these basic stuff. And just so you guys know, I am going to be doing an MLB stadium tour soon as well, so stop stressing at me in the comments. It's coming, it's coming.
Second base, third base, and back to the home. That is 1 run. The team that scores more runs wins the match. Let's take a look at the top view. This is how it looks like from the top. This is a field. This is how it looks like from top. Let's cover some terminology. This is a pitching mound. This is a home plate, and then first base, second base, third base. So there are 4 bases. Okay. And then this is center field, left field, right field.
Makes sense.
And foul line. So foul line determines the playing area. If the ball is between the foul line, it's good. Otherwise, it's not good. And then there's a places for coaches. And if we look at the pitching mound and the home plate from this area, this is how it's gonna look like. You have a pitcher and the batter and the catcher and the umpire. Pitcher's objective is to throw the ball to the catcher and batter need to hit it. Pitcher can throw ball from 70 to 95 miles per hour. And the distance is short, so the ball can come in just half a second.
That's quick.
Hitter need to make his judgment to hit the ball within half second. That's fast. Mostly you would see television angle, which would have a camera behind the pitcher. So this is what you're gonna see when you look at the
I was gonna say, this ain't no TV angle. This must be the game you guys have been telling me to play. MLB The Show. Like I said, we are going to be checking out the new one when it comes out in April, I believe. Graphics look good.
TV. Here's the batsman. This guy's a pitcher and he's a catcher, and here's an umpire. And you see this white box, this is called a strike zone. So what is the strike zone?
The ball's got to go in the strike zone.
The objective of pitcher is to throw the ball into the strike zone. Strike zone is between the waist and the knee, that's the height, and the width is equal to the base plate. Width is same for all players, but the height depends upon the height of the player. Taller players have a bigger strike zone.
Okay,
let's talk about strike. What is strike in baseball? When pitcher throws a ball in the strike zone and the batter didn't swing his bat, that is a strike. Even if ball is on the boundary, that is strike. If pitcher throws 3 strikes, then the player is
then you're out of there.
The player would go out and then the next player would come in. Another thing is ball. What is ball? If a pitcher throws a ball outside the strike zone and batter didn't swing his bat, then that is a ball. If pitcher throws 4 balls, then a walk to first base. So the batsman would go to the first base, and as you see here, the second batsman would come and stand on the home plate. There's another way in which strike can happen. If a batsman has swung his bat, and then it doesn't matter whether the ball is inside the strike zone or the ball is outside the strike zone. If he's not able to contact the ball and swing his bat, that is a strike. This is where it gets very interesting. If the pitcher knows that the batsman is going to swing, then he's going to throw a crazy ball and there's no way the hitter is going to hit it, and that would be a strike. That's what the pitcher needs. Another thing is hit by pitch. So if a pitcher throws the ball and it hits the batsman, then it's a hit by pitch, and then pitcher gets to walk, so he would move to the first base and the next player would come in. Let's talk about fouls.
So here, right, if you had like a super dangerous batsman who is like really good at hitting home runs, could you not just throw the ball at him? Like kind of hurt him and just make him go to first base? Could that be a little tactic, or is that just stupid? Because if that's all that happens, if you don't get like a penalty for it or anything, really, just launch the ball at him, just throw it at him. Maybe that's just unsportsmanlike behavior,
So
but
if
you
a
know,
pitcher throws the ball, it
game's the
hits
game.
the bat, and then it
What can you
goes
do?
into the non-playing area. That's called foul. So you see here, the pitcher throws the ball, and these are the foul lines. So area within the foul line is fine. If it goes outside, then it's a foul ball. So any of these shot, the ball would be a foul ball. So what is really foul ball? Is it a strike or a ball? It depends. It depends upon the situation. It depends upon the situation. If there's a 0 strike and then there's a foul, then that is counted as strike. If there's 1 strike and it's a foul, then it is counted as a strike. If you have a 2 strikes and then you do foul, it doesn't really count. So if you have a 0 or 1 strike, then the foul would be counted as a strike. If you have 2 strike, then foul doesn't really mean anything.
So you can't
Let's look
strike
at
out
a
of a
fair ball,
foul.
the most fun part. So pitcher throw the ball, batsman hit it, and it's in the playing field. Anywhere in the playing field is fine. Even if ball lands in the playing field and then goes out, that is also fine. Once player hits the ball, it's a fair ball. He must go to the first base. He doesn't have any choice. He needs to go to the first base. Let's take a quick look of what we learned so far. Ball is in the strike zone. Batter didn't swing his bat. That's strike. 3 strikes is equal to out. Ball is outside the strike zone. Batter didn't swing his bat. That is a ball. 4 ball is equal to 1 walk. Batter swing his bat but was not able to connect with the ball. Doesn't matter whether the ball is inside the strike zone or outside. It is called a strike, and 3 strike is 1 out. If a ball hits the batsman, that is called hit, and in that case the batsman get to walk to the first base. If the ball strikes the bat and it goes into the foul area, then it's called foul ball. If a player has 0 or 1 strike, then the foul would count as strike. If a player has 2 strike, then the foul would do nothing. If a player contact the ball and it goes into the fair area, it's called fair ball. In that case, the batsman must go to the first base. Let's talk about the ways in which a player can get out. So the first way is here, the pitcher threw the ball, batsman hit the ball, it's in the air, and one of the fielders caught the ball. In this case, it's out. If ball went high and player catches somewhere here, it's called pop out. But if ball goes like deep into the field and there's someone catches it, it's called as a fly out. Let's talk about put out. Pitcher threw the ball, batsman hit the ball, nobody caught it directly. Now the hitter must run to the first base. But before hitter runs to the first base, if a fielder can reach to the first base with the ball in his hand, then the player is put out. In this case, because fielder is close, he reached before the batsman, so he's a put out. Let's talk about tag out. So pitcher threw the ball, hitter hits the ball, fielder is coming to get the ball, and then runner is running. Now here, the fielder with the ball has 2 options. One, either he moved to the base, in that case it's a put out, or he can just touch the player who's running. So if a fielder has a ball in his hand and he touches a player who's running, then it's a tag out. Consider this scenario. Pitcher threw the ball, hitter hit the ball, and then fielder got to the ball. Now in this case, you might be wondering, runner should be able to run to the first base. There's no way fielder can either touch him or he can reach to the first base. So he should be fine, right? But think about it.
No, because what's going to happen is he's going to come and stand on this first base and then he throws the ball here, right? Or the guy might try and run to second base.
What if this player can reach to the first base and another player can throw the ball? Now the player is on the base, has the ball, and if they can do it before the hitter reaches first base, then hitter would be out. So that's what exactly going to happen here. He threw the ball before runner reaches there, so he's out. In case runner is able to reach to the first base without getting out, then what would happen is player 2 would come here and he would bat. In that case, we would say first base is loaded and second player is batting.
Oh, I've heard that term before. All the bases are loaded. I've seen it in compilations. I didn't really know what it meant. So I guess that means if someone's on first, second, and third base, then you get a batter in. Yeah.
First base loaded and stolen base. If you remember, this is first base, this is second base, this is third base. So here first base is loaded. Now what can happen is when pitcher is throwing the ball, he can run and go to the second base. Look what happens. He went there and he's able to do it before catcher throws the ball back to the player. To prevent player 1 to move to the base second, they move the player to the first base. The reason they do it, because now in this scenario, pitcher can throw ball directly to the first base and player one would be out. So player one needs to reach out to the first base before pitcher throws the ball and the person on the first base catches the ball. Now pitcher has a second option, which is he needs to throw the ball to the batsman as well. So he need to make decision whether he need to throw the pitch or he need to throw ball to the base. So depending upon how far this guy is, if he's somewhere here, definitely he's out. So pitcher needs to be very aware of the surroundings. Let's take a look at the first base loaded, and it's a fair play. So first base loaded, you see a player over here and second player is batting. Ball is thrown.
Honestly, this doesn't seem that complicated. I don't really think I needed this video. I could have got most of this, I think. Because all that's going to happen here is he's got to go to second base, and this one's got to come to first base. You can't have two people on the same base, right? Kind of the same as... I mean, we played softball a little bit in school, but that was a long time ago. And even rounders, we played rounders for a little bit. I don't know if you guys play rounders in America. It's deemed to be like a girls' sport in England, but when you're kids, everybody plays it. Kind of similar to that as well, in a way.
Ball is in the air, and you would see player one is in middle of first and second base. Why isn't he middle of these two bases? Why he hasn't gone to base two is because if ball is caught, then he must return to his original position.
I didn't know that though.
If ball is dropped, then he can move to the next base. So he's standing here and waiting whether ball will be caught or dropped. If it's caught, then he need to come to original position.
That's a new one
if
for
it's
me.
dropped, he can move on to the next bases anywhere. The situation would be different if player is standing on some other base. If player is standing on third base, what would happen is he's going to wait until ball is caught, because now that ball is caught, he can move now. Before ball is caught, if he moves anywhere, he need to return to the base where he started. But now that ball is caught, he can run here.
Okay.
And he know there's no way this player can throw ball before he can reach. So he's gonna run here and he's able to do it. Depending upon where you are, you need to make those adjustments. So it's a very conscious sport. People need to be aware of what is happening. Let's talk about double play. What is double play? So consider this scenario. There's a player on first base and the second player is batting. Pitcher threw the ball. Ball went to one of the fielders. Now here, if this player can go to base two and he can get the ball before player one reaches to the base, then player one is out. And then if he can throw the ball to the first base before player two reaches, then he's also out.
Okay.
So because you got two outs, it's called double play. Let's take a look at the home run, the most fun part of the baseball. If a ball is thrown and hitter hits it outside, let's take a look in the stadium. If a ball is thrown and it's hit outside, then it's called a home run. Remember, you would see an outfield fence, so ball should go above the outfield fence to be able to make a home run.
One question I do have is, are all baseball pitches the same size? Because I know in cricket, you get different size pitches, right? So it's easier to hit a 6, which is kind of like a home run in some stadiums than others. Is it the same in baseball, or are all pitches like regulation size? Let me know.
In home run, what happens is everyone would get enough time to run all the bases. Here you see there are 4 players, and because everyone was able to reach to the home base, they would get 4 runs.
Jesus.
If there were 2 players and the home run, they get 2 runs. If 3, 3, 1, 1. Home run happens less frequently, but whenever it happens, it's a lot of fun. Everyone cheers up, and it's really good to see this. Let's understand from high level. When a team is batting, they get 3 outs. If a team gets 3 outs, their inning is over, and then other team would come to bat and they would need to field. So then team B comes and bats. So they also get 3 outs. These are called half innings. Combined, it's called 1 inning. So in 1 inning, they would have 6 outs. Another way of saying is, in first inning, you have a top half and bottom half. In the top half, A team is batting and B is fielding, and then they would do the bottom half where B would bat.
Oh, that's why you were the same bottom of the ninth.
One inning. In the second inning, they'll do the same thing again. In the first or the top half, A would bat, and in the bottom half, A would ball. So they do this for 9 innings, and whoever has more score at the end wins the match. Here, after 1 inning, the score is 0. After second inning, A scored 1, B scored 2, so the score is 1 and 2. At the end of 9 innings, they look at the score. So A has 5 points, A won the match. If it's a tie, then they keep on going one more inning until they have a winner. It's a long game. It's for 3 hours, and they throw on an average 300 pitches.
3 hours,
It's
though.
a lot of fun to watch baseball. It's a long game. lot of things can happen. Now let's take a look at the real match. So how are you going to read a score if you're watching match on the TV? This is what you're going to see on the right bottom or the left bottom. So let's take a deeper look into it. So what is happening here? What does it really show? It's because it's the beginning of the match, the runs is 0-0.
0-0.
The
No one on the
triangle pointing
bases.
upward is showing LAA is batting first. When the triangle is down, it's called bottom inning, and then NYY would be batting. One shows first inning because match has just started. 0 shows the out. So because there is 0 out, it's 0. They have 3 outs and then inning would change. The first number shows ball. So if 1, 2, 3 and if 4 ball, they get a walk. The second number shows strike. If 3 strike, then the player is out. These 3 square boxes show the first, second and third base. Right now, because match started, nobody is standing on the bases. In case if there's a player on first base, the first base is loaded, then you would see something like this. Let's say you open up your TV and this is what you're seeing.
Let's try. Okay. This team's got 7 runs. They got 4. 7th inning. They're on 2 outs. And they got 2 bases loaded. Yeah. That's it,
How
innit?
to figure out what is going in the match. So if you see the runs, LAA is having 7 runs, so they are leading in the match. If you look at the triangle, it's
Oh, I
bottom.
forgot the
So
bottom. Yeah,
inning
bottom.
means NYY is batting right now. LAA has completed their batting in the 7th inning. So 7th inning is going on. For NYY, they got 2 outs, so their last batsman is batting. If they get 1 more out, the inning would be over. The 2 shows 2 balls has been delivered to that player and 2 strikes. So he needs to hit the ball. If he get 1 more strike, this inning is over.
Yeah.
On the bases, you see there's a first and second is yellowish, which means there's a player standing on first base and second base. Now, if the batter hits a home run,
You get 3.
imagine the batter, the player on the first base, and the player on the second base, they would get 3 runs. So the NYY would have 7 runs. So it's a close game. Right now, LA is leading, but it's a close game. So that's how you can make it out from the scoreboard, how the match is going. That's all from my side. I hope you liked it. Hit the like button.
Okay, guys, so this video wouldn't have been very useful for you guys because you probably know all about baseball if you're watching this video. And I know it's not the most entertaining reaction, but you guys seem to enjoy it when I do learn about the sport. So I thought I'd just film it, put it on YouTube, see how it does. But yeah, we're going to be checking out some more baseball content coming up. Like I said, the game is coming out, so please do go check out my gaming channel. There's going to be videos starting next week, probably Madden, NHL, and Baseball, the show, when that does arrive. So yeah, that's it for today. I did enjoy this video. It was good to learn. So subscribe to the channel. I'll see you for the next one. Take it easy. Peace.